Okay, welcome guys. So today we are going to explore one of the most debated topics in the food industry, genetically modified organisms, also known as GMOs. I know you must have probably heard people arguing about them. What are these GMOs? Are they safe? Are they necessary? GMOs are not evil, but you deserve to know the whole truth. Let's break it down and get to the truth.
Let's have it.
So let's say, for instance, you are a farmer that owns a tomato farm that is being eaten up by pests. So a scientist now visited your farm and found out that your tomatoes are being eaten up by pests. So what he did, he now took a gene from a different plant that is pest resistant and put it into your tomato plant. Now your tomato plants now become pest resistant, which means they can now hardly be eaten up by pests. That is what GMO is. I'll give you another example. Imagine you are a farmer that owns cows that are prone to getting sick. I mean, they can easily fall sick. A scientist might come, insert a gene of a different breed of cow that hardly fall sick into your cows. Now your cows will now become resistant to disease. That means they can hardly fall sick. That is what GMO is.
Are you serious?
GMOs can make farming more suitable and better for the planet. And from the examples that I've given so far, they all sound smart, right? But then, as with everything that sounds too good to be true, there is another side of it. And here comes the debate. What if, and why? So it's very clear that these GMO foods are like plants and animals with new superpower to make them strong. And so far, there have not been any negative news about GMO foods. But a lot of people are concerned about so many things. They are not too sure if these GMO foods will be okay to our system for a very long time. What if they later harm us? Some are concerned about our environment. What if these GMO foods affect animals that are not supposed to be affected? And then there is labeling. Are we not supposed to know what is being put in our foods? These are so many questions people are asking. And my question is, why are these same GMO foods being banned in European countries? Why are they saying no to GMO foods? Well, in European countries, foods are more than just something you eat. Food is all about tradition, history, and identity. People care about how food is grown and where it comes from. The idea of messing with nature by creating lab-engineered foods doesn't go well with the Europeans, so they want to preserve their way of life and food culture. And my second question is this: the political and economic reasons. Why are our politicians not saying no to this? And why are the big farmers keeping quiet? In Europe, farmers are not just pushovers. They have power, they have voice, and they have dignity. Just search on YouTube for the Dutch and French farmers' protest. You will understand. These farmers value their independence. They don't want to rely on corporations for seeds. So it's a fight for control over foods and seeds. And then my third question, the science behind it. It's not so simple. Genetic modification is not just plucking a gene and place it somewhere else. It involves taking a DNA of a species and insert it into another under forced condition. And then the fourth question, gene modification versus gene editing. These are two different things. Now think of it like editing a document. Gene modification is like adding a whole new chapter from a different book. While gene editing is making small changes in the existing text. So in Europe, they prefer gene editing because it is more precise. But the EU law regulates both equally. And that's to tell you that none of them is 100% safe. Lastly, let's be honest. Let's tell ourselves the truth. A lot of studies that shows that these GMOs are 100% safe are being sponsored by these big companies. That's like asking a toothpaste company if their toothpaste works. Of course, they will say yes.
Yes, that's correct.
So my take is this. As an African, I think we have the right to build a system that respects people's culture, nature, and also the right to know what is in their food.
You're right.
My final word is this. There is still need for more and detailed independent research on GMO foods. Do not be carried away by the benefits derived from them because they are premature. Ask the right questions. Know the risk. GMOs are not evil, but you deserve to know the whole truth. Remember, your food is your future.